What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today, we're taking a look at an absolutely wicked knife coming from KB Knives. There's your model number. It is the KB271A M390 in titanium, also known as the KB Wrath. This is a wicked little karambit from Muzi Designs, or Muzi Designs. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. But again, just a wicked little blade, and I do mean little. It's a 2.5-inch blade, so 2.52 inches on your blade length. It is a 3.1 millimeter blade thickness, looking at 4.65 inches on your blade, or excuse me, on your handle length, just under half an inch on your thickness, 0.47, 7.17 inches overall, and 4.41 ounces. It is a knife that I can respect, but I cannot say I like. These karambits are never really meant for me. It's just not something I am into. But I do like showing them on the channel because I do know that there is a massive following for these types of knives, and folks that are, as my buddy DBD says, the beef jerky defender, whatever you want to do. It's a very comfortable grip and this intended grip, but in the way that it would be used 99.999% of the time, it's fairly uncomfortable. I mean, at least in my hand anyway. I have to put my pinky in the ring there, and it's just not a extremely comfortable knife. I know it would work really well, for opening up, defending yourself from those Amazon packages and whatnot. It would do really well with that, especially with that hawk bill, the karambit tip there. It would work. It's just not something that that tickles my fancy. And price tag on these, you're looking at $270. The M390 is done at 60 to 62, so great job on the M390. KB does a killer job with their knives, as always. There are 3 total variants. You have this one here, and then there is a tiger striped version, and then there is a black wash version. I'll have those flashing across the screen there. Yeah, a really beautiful knife, honestly. The micro milling is quite stunning. Very cool design on the blade. It allows you to reverse flick, which is very unusual for a karambit, but you can certainly reverse flick it, and it shoots out there. It does have the removable horn, so you can remove that horn if you need to. I can do the little roll over there. You can thumb flip it. Let's see if I can get it here on camera with my band-aided thumb. The flipper is pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good, though. The detent's a little on the light side of this one for a flipper, but I think it's meant to be that way, especially with you wanting to grab it as you're pulling it out of your pocket. You can slow roll it very easily, getting on that horn there. You can slow roll it, of course, grabbing that, pulling that out of your pocket, and just, there you go, catching on your pocket and ripping that out. The ring is, I believe it's all titanium, so if you want to anodize this thing, you can absolutely go crazy with it. It does have some reversibility to it, so let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups, and we will go from there. Standard KB logo on the pivot there, and then some beautiful diagonal micro milling chamfering as well. It is non-contoured T8 hardware all the way around. We have a geared full back spacer in titanium, and you can see there it actually has extra milling here on the back to where it's kind of set in, gives a little added strength. Again, reversible pocket clip, this giant lanyard hole. So, if you love lanyards, I'm just kidding. So, you got the finger ring here that is jimped and geared all the way around. Pocket clip looks nice. It's a very stylized pocket clip. 3 cutouts there on your frame for the lock bar relief. Standard lock bar insert with over travel built in. Again, all T8 hardware. There you have your little horn there. I think that horn is titanium as well. I'm pretty sure that is. Looks like it. Even T8 hardware there. Plenty of jimping everywhere. The jimping is done exceptionally well. The milling adds plenty of grip for everything as well. Gives you nice traction. Here we have that hawk bill or karambit blade. We have the thumb ramp there, swedged. Really interesting cutout. Looks like an eyeball, kind of like I don't know. It just looks very wicked. And there you see why I call it the horn. It looks like a horn sticking up out of the top of the knife. Thumb ramp here goes into that. The jimping pretty much disappears, so it's not really functional right there. But then again, you have plenty of jimping and everything everywhere else. Lock bar access is phenomenal on this knife. Really well done on that. Lock up is nice. Blade is perfectly centered. We're definitely not going to be able to see that tip. Let's see if we can see it here on the camera. Yeah, it looks like it might I don't know. I can't tell. Can't see it good enough. It might be okay. It might not be. Hard to tell. Sharpening, of course, it's a KB. Sharpening is always good with Kubi or KB knives. Plunge grind is perfect. No issues with the plunge grind. You've got a little bit of a finger twirl there. Standard like a bead blast or stonewash, coating here or finish here. Yeah, really, really nicely done knife here. Let's see if we can see any off grinds with that tip here. So that all looks to be good. Yeah, so we have an off grind on the tip, so you can see how high the grind comes up on this side and then versus on this side. So we do have a little bit of an off grind there on the tip, but not the end of the world. Something we certainly see on a lot of knives. Yeah, like I said, I can respect the knife. It's an extremely well-built knife, and I think it would make any karambit fan very, very happy. It's a very lightweight for a titanium karambit, being at 4.4 ounces. Especially for having as much of it as you have here. You've got a substantial size handle with that being at 4.65 inches on that handle length. So again, even if you have larger hands, this is going to fit you quite well. I don't think anyone would have any real issues with this knife as far as doing its intended purposes. So T8 hardware, and there is a lot of hardware on this thing, so let's go ahead and check out all of our screws. Everything's looking good. Yeah, no issues there. Size references, it's going to be really hard to get some size on this thing just because of how much it is, how much it's curved. So I'm going to try to do some size comparisons. I mean, again, it's just going to be fairly difficult. Yeah, it's just going to be incredibly difficult to get a size comparison on this thing. But there you can see it with a Penguin. It's got a substantially larger handle just because of everything else, and then it's got a very, very small blade. But because it's so curved, it really drastically changes the look of the knife and how it compares in size. So we're really just going to compare it with the Penguin here. That way you guys can see that. Not going to waste our time going through all the other size comparisons just because it's just really not conducive for that because of the just the odd nature of the knife itself. So let me know what you guys think about this thing in the comments down below. Really interested to hear you guys' opinion. Always interested to hear you guys' opinion. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. As always, please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.